Hello, everyone. I'm Phoenix Tremayne, and today we're going to be talking about Days of Our Lives and NBC letting us know that the rumors are true. They are possessing Marlene and maybe some other people again. So let's get to it. After you have made sure you hit that subscribe button and you hit that like button so YouTube knows to send more people our way. And don't forget the membership, because if you're a member, you will have already seen this video because I'm putting it in the member section first. And then, you get early access to spoilers. You get spoilers a week in advance. You get my recipes and a lot of things going on. So yeah, it's good. It's good to be a member. I try to make the membership worth it. Give it a try for at least a month. And if you like it, stick around. We'd love to have you. So I have all my notes over here so I don't forget nothing. But for a while now, the rumor has been that Marlena was getting possessed again. A lot of people were excited, and a lot of people were groaning, moaning, didn't like it the first time around, unhappy, and they already started their campaign of, woe is me, I can't believe this is about to happen. And, part of me fell into that camp where I've said this probably years ago, that if they ever revisit the possession storyline, it's probably because the ratings are dropping and it's a last ditch attempt to save the show. That is not the case because they were renewed for 2 years. So I don't think it's a last ditch to try to save Days of Our Lives. I think coming off of the Salem Beyond Salem limited series, we now have this new possession storyline that's happening, which honestly it's already started, and we'll get into it. That is just a way to keep the buzz going after Beyond Salem, because with Beyond Salem, ratings went up. People have more interest in Days of Our Lives, and they want to keep it. So it's all timed together, and we're going to go back to the beginning of the story, where we found out that Doug Williams was going to be having some Alzheimer's, dementia type storyline. A lot of us thought, he's 96 years old. I guess this is his swan song, like they did for Dina on Young and the Restless and Michael in General Hospital. It seemed like they were just going to try to give him a quick Emmy before, he retires or something like that. But that actually isn't the case, because it seems as if the possession storyline has already started. NBC did release their teaser today saying, the devil's coming. And then press releases came out, not telling you a lot of information, just a little. The most information we've gotten so far come directly from the actors. Now, the reason why I say the possession storyline has already started, because Doug locked Julie in a freezer, and he, when he did it, he looked at her, and later on he didn't recall what he had done. He's losing time. So the times that he cannot remember is the time when he's actually possessed. And he's already done things such as locking her in the freezer, and then, disappearing, and, Doug didn't know who Roman was. He called him by the wrong name. He later, when they found him at the bar, he was more concerned about leaving his food behind than he was about Julie and what he had done to her, which we know real Doug would have been real upset. He also didn't remember who Alice Horton was, which let you know he was currently in a possessed state. And Doug Williams also was eating devil's food cake as a possible hint and nod to the audience of, it's already started. And I say this is good for Bill Hayes, because at 96, he is now in a front burner storyline. And Susan Seaforth Hayes, who plays Julie, his wife, she's 78 years old. She's almost 80. And she recently did an interview where she was excited and happy to be in a front burner storyline after all these years of being on the show. She's glad that they are still both relevant characters on the show. and they're not just coming in for like family moments or something. So, they want to work. They're not trying to retire, because of, what's going on in the world. It definitely wasn't, apropos for a 78-year-old and 96-year-old be on the set when no one knew how safe it was. But now everybody feels more comfortable, and they're ready to work and ready to film. And as much as fans would just love for characters to be happy and just in love, that's boring. It's boring. It's good for a little bit. Like we see Ben and Sierra, now they're just kissing and hugging and touching and talking about babies, and a lot of Sin fans are very happy with that, but a lot of Sin fans were also talking more when they were separate, when they were fighting to be together, when he was trying to find her. That was a little more exhilarating than them having another love scene. so as much as we want the actors to have these periods of happiness, people don't watch soap operas for the drama, even if they don't realize it. Like when a baby gets kidnapped and you're worried about the baby and you're worried about what's going to happen next, you're all in your feelings and emotions. You're happy that your actor or actress and just won an Emmy for their portrayal. Actors will tell you all the time they do not want their characters to be happy because they don't do nothing. They're not acting. They're just there. Look at Sean and Belle. They're basically happily married and they have absolutely no storyline. They are just sort of sprinkled into other people's storyline, and now their daughter's off the show. They really don't have nothing to do. Just maybe say hi to Ben and Sierra now and then. So yeah, it's just as important for the characters to have their moments of love and support as they do those times where they're fighting to be together and they're fighting other people like Orpheus or whoever. And I don't think that you necessarily have to break a couple up and bring them back together and break them up like most shows do. I think that they can fight outside forces together, such as the devil, in different things, versus them getting married for the 10th time. So this is good for Doug Williams and, Julie, because now they get to have some fun. Actors, because I'm a producer, not on days of course, but because I'm a producer of different projects, I know actors, they want to work, they want to have fun. Sometimes they want to play the bad guy. Fans may not be happiest, but if they understand that the actors don't really like just not doing nothing, that they want the cancer storyline as long as they survive. They want all of that tragedy and circumstance, and the kids had tragedy like General Hospital, Bobby's daughter, Bobby and Tony's daughter. You don't know what happened, and Emmys for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's a story you'll never forget. It may make you feel sad, but it made you feel something. And then you're happy for the actors as they're rewarded for their dramatic performances. But they can't have dramatic performances if they don't have dramatic storylines, because it's a soap opera. And I say this because I look in the comment section, I see so many people that just want the characters to be perfect and happy and nothing ever happens to them, because those are the same people that complain after they get tired of that. They're like, nothing's going on in the show. The show's boring. I wonder why. Because nobody's messing with them. If nobody like Gwen comes along to mess up Chad and Abigail, they're just screwing and, rocking kids. And I know some people may like to see the kids and stuff like that, but guess what? How many times do you want to see somebody rocking their baby? Or, having a little tea party with the baby? It's a 5-day-a-week show. Soap kids don't matter unless they have a storyline. I've been saying this in the comment section for years. A lot of y'all want soap kids, which, by the way, cost money. They ain't free. They're actors. They cost money. So I'd much rather them that money to go to Stacey Haydock or somebody to bring Kristen back Although I know some of you don't like Kristen. But you know what I'm saying. That, yes, kids cost money. And the most important is their birth, who's the daddy. Then they start getting aged rapidly. And then they start having age appropriate storylines for the age they are. A lot of times they become brats. And then they find their peer group and then they start having love stories. That is the life of a soap kid. And the days of seeing a kid born and you keep that same actor for like the next 20 years, there's only 4 soaps left. They ain't got time for that. But anyway, let's move on to Marlena. Because I just went to a little tangent because I just keep remembering things that people say in the comment section. But many fans were, like I said, upset about the possession storyline coming back. However, when I saw Marlena do her interview about the possession storyline, where she didn't say a lot, but she said she was happy with the storyline. She was having a lot of fun. She was smiling. It looked genuine. And I'm like, what has Marlena really done for maybe the past 6 months? 4 to 6 months? Nothing. So, a possession storyline probably looks real good right about now, other than her giving advice to her grandkids or something. I mean, I'm surprised that nobody has kidnapped John and Marlena in the last 3 months, because usually like every 3 months one of them got kidnapped. But they've avoided that by not giving them anything to do at all. But seeing how happy she was with the storyline made me excited to see the work that she is doing. And so I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going to enjoy it, as long as it's good. But, I mean, I miss the days of shows like Passions and Dark Shadows. This story ain't going to last maybe 6 months, I'm guessing. I'm guessing to February sweeps maybe, because Deidre Hall mentioned that her character for the first time ever is going to be at the Horton putting the ornaments on the tree for Christmas, and she's possessed, and she's going to be doing something bad, bad at the Christmas party. So I can't wait to see what she's doing, and of course, the next group of stories where this could potentially conclude, of course, will be A Christmas Miracle, but don't sound like there's going to be no Christmas Miracle. New Year's Eve is usually a good reboot time, but it usually prepares you for February sweeps. Now, depending on how far they're going to go, because it said they're bringing people back from the past will be making surprise appearances. I'm hoping one of those people is Greg Vaughn, since he used to be a priest. But they're minding the past again. People that were involved in that possession story the first time around, we may be getting to see some familiar faces with that. And if Doug was possessed, Marlena is going to be possessed. I'm really hoping they pass the torch to one of the other actresses as well. I would love to see what Marcy Miller can do with a possession storyline. We know how she was with Gabby and Gwen. We know she can play that to the hilt. I believe Marcy Miller can. They can pass the torch to Marcy Miller being possessed next, because she got a whole lot of complaints. And unfortunately or fortunately, I have a feeling Gwen may not make it to the end of this possession storyline if Abigail gets possessed. Or it'll be Gwen's redemption or something. But also, I would like to see Sierra, Victoria Conefall. That might be interesting for her to play. She certainly knows how to be a mean girl, because she's been mean to her husband for the last 3-4 months, trying to marry Theo. So the Amnesia storyline gives a preview that Victoria could also play mean and crazy and possessed. But also, I mean, it would be sort of a dream if it's not too campy. But Jack Kay, or a character Paulina or Lonnie, I mean, That might be fun to see one of the, or Chanel, one of the black part of the cast get to play a little bit in that possession type situation. That could be a fun musical chairs of, the demon chopping bodies or something. So yeah, I think this could be a really fun storyline, especially if they're going to have multiple people um, getting possessed until finally they have their big exorcism and things go back to normal. So if you're not excited about the exorcism storyline or the possession storyline, 6 months max. You can always fast forward. You can always fast forward, or you can just go with it and know that the actors are having fun and just have fun with the actors while you're watching. So that is it. I want to know in the comment section two things. If you can give me two things. One, are you more interested in the possession story, or excited about the possession story now that you know that the actors are really excited about it? Or do you just not want it? And two, who do you think that they could pass the torch to as someone possessed that would do a great job? I didn't mention it, but I would love to see Sammy do the possession storyline, or even EJ or Xander or Sarah come back possessed. There's so many actors in the cast that I think are really good and could play really bad. I mean, good lord, could you imagine Kristen possessed? So the second part of my question is a two-part question. If you're in the comment section, one, what is your interest level in the possession storyline? And two, what character or characters, male or female, would you like to see have an opportunity to get passed the torch to be the next person to be possessed after Marlena? So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.